coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. Dementia and Alzheimer cases are being diagnosed more frequently across the nation. And the Alzheimer Society of Saskatchewan is suggesting a healthier lifestyle can coincide with a healthy brain. Swift Current marked its centennial in 2014, and this legacy project commissioned by the City of Swift Current is now completed in the downtown core.
If you receive an email in your email account and you're not familiar with the sender, delete the email.
Your email box is a place where you expect to find correspondence from mutual acquaintances. But all too often, spam is sent your way. Thanks for joining us here today. The Alzheimer Society is suggesting that a healthier lifestyle can lead to having a healthier brain. We have more in today's top story. Dementia and Alzheimer cases are being diagnosed more frequently across the nation. And the Alzheimer Society of Saskatchewan is suggesting a healthier lifestyle can coincide with a healthy brain.
So participating in activities that stimulate our brain can help reduce our risk of developing a form of dementia later on in life. And research really suggests that learning new things, like learning a new language, is really the best. It really challenges our brain and helps increase our cognitive reserve. It's also really important to stay socially connected. So by going out and visiting with our friends, having dinner or coffee, it can actually help improve our brain health, because when we're socially connected, we're mentally connected. Also really important to choose a healthy lifestyle, and the key really is lifestyle. So making healthy food choices, eating our fruits, our vegetables, making sure we get our protein, but limiting the red meat, focusing more on the lean meats like chicken and fish. Really important to participate in physical activity. They recommend a minimum of 3 times per week, 30-minute exercise. And the key is really cardiovascular exercise, so we need to increase our heart rate. What's good for our heart is good for our brain. And dementia is now being diagnosed in younger individuals, with a direct link to head injuries from various sports or other activities. Especially repeated concussions can increase our likelihood of developing a form of dementia later on in life. So really important when we're doing any activities that put our head at risk, like biking, that we wear our helmets just to protect ourselves. And knowing the signs of dementia or Alzheimer's can help patients with proceeding with a treatment plan while still in the early stages. A number of programs are offered by the Alzheimer Society of Saskatchewan on a regular basis through telehealth across the province. For more information or to register, contact your FirstLink coordinator. A legacy project is finally completed in Swift Current's downtown core. We find out more in this report. Swift Current marked its centennial in 2014, and this legacy project commissioned by the City of Swift Current is now completed in the downtown core. These 10 murals, each standing 8 feet in height, showcase Swift Current's history throughout the years. A project which came to light through the collaboration of the Swift Current Museum and artist James Marshall of Grassroots Studio in Medicine Hat.
But the museum's involvement was to provide photographs. We provided hundreds of photographs to the artist and sat down and he and I went through them and discussed, what events and places and people and were important during each of the decades of our last 100 years. And from that process, the artist himself narrowed it down to what he thought were the most intriguing and important stories, people, places, and events that really everybody in the community could identify with.
A project which took hundreds of hours from the initial concept to the final installation, now in place at the corner of 1st Avenue Northeast and Chaplin Street. A detailed process, which artist James Marshall was pleased to discuss in more detail, as our Southwest TV News crew caught up with him during the initial installations last June.
And I take the research and design the walls, so they get all drawn to scale to start with. Then in my studio I have a very large easel. I set the clay units up on the easel and sketch it out according to my initial drawing. I number all the bricks as I set them up. Over about a period of 6 weeks or so, I'll carve one of the historic pillars, color it with glazes, and then they get taken down brick by brick and put into drying racks for about a month after the firing, and put them on pallets and get them shipped down here.
The Centennial Mural Project was created through an investment of $100,000 by the City of Swift Current and is meant to be an attraction for local residents and tourists for years to come. RCMP are reminding you to change your computer passwords on a regular basis, as email fraud continues to be a concern. Your email box is a place where you expect to find correspondence from mutual acquaintances. But all too often, spam is sent your way. Messages alerting you that there's an issue with your credit card, you've won the lottery, or have the opportunity to make millions. Messaging which is all untrue, with a third party on the other end seeking to steal your identity.
The phish mails, the emails that you get on your computer systems that will sometimes plant a virus or a cookie into your system to gain personal information. If you receive an email in your email account and you're not familiar with the sender, delete the email. Even if it says you've won a prize or anything like that. It's the old adage with all of these that if it's too good to be true, it usually is.
And despite how tempting and authentic the email appears to be, never click into the link or open the attachment.
They can control your computer. They can put viruses in it that only certain technological people that are familiar with computers or the specific virus can remove. They can go into your computer, obtain all kinds of personal information, banking information, all that sort of stuff.
Key points to remember are that banks or credit card companies will not message you by email about your account. And the only way you'll win the lottery is if you actually buy a ticket, of which you already have that ticket in hand. And you should get in the habit of changing your passwords for your email and computer to further protect yourself from identity fraud. Any ongoing issues or concerns of potential fraud should be reported to your local police. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.